Good afternoon. My name is Kim Newton, and I am the Vice President of HR. I will be your presenter for the FMLA Management Training Refresher. Do you know the law? Since the beginning of the pandemic, we have seen an increase in the use of FMLA. Therefore, this is a great time to refresh our understanding of the law to ensure our employees are protected and the company is compliant. Your understanding of this law is crucial. Therefore, our objectives today are to strengthen your understanding of FMLA, discuss expectations regarding your role in ensuring the company is compliant, and identifying available resources to assist you as you guide your employees through the process. What is the Family and Medical and Family Leave Act? It's important to first understand the purpose of the law, which is to provide job protection for employees as they take off work for their own serious health conditions or while they serve as caregiver for a family member with a serious health condition. We will discuss employee eligibility next, but it's important to note that employees are entitled to 12 weeks of leave in a 12-month period. FMLA leave is commonly used for the birth of a child and bonding time within 1 year of birth. However, it can be used for adoption or foster care. So one area not discussed enough but can possibly arise is the protection afforded to employees when leave is needed to take care of a family member in the military. So as previously mentioned, determining if an employee is eligible for protection under FMLA is key. So as you can see, employees must have worked 1,250 hours during the 12 months prior to the start of the leave. This is key as we have recently seen an uptick in the use of sick leave from our newer employees, but they are not eligible for protection. While FMLA is used for extended absences, the most common use is intermittent leave, and at times employees require reduced schedules. Employees can also use FMLA for chronic conditions as well as for illnesses requiring ongoing treatment such as cancer. Although protection is provided, employees should make an effort to schedule appointments so as not to disrupt the workplace. However, that may not always be possible, and it's important that we work with employees to ensure they can take the appropriate time off that's needed to take care of themselves. Finally, serious conditions resulting from domestic violence are also covered. It's important to highlight the requirement for employees to return to their roles or to an equivalent position. That is a major area of protection provided by this law. So now let's discuss some common abuses and violations. As previously mentioned, intermittent leave is the most common use of FMLA. And as you can imagine, it can open the door for a lot of abuse, mainly because this time is not all taken at once. So managing this type of leave requires a lot more effort. So some common signs of abuse include employees establishing a pattern of calling out on Mondays and Fridays or using sick leave around holidays. Monitoring attendance closely will allow you to quickly identify these patterns, and you can partner with HR to determine how to best address these issues. So while employees may abuse FMLA, it's important to know that there are several scenarios where we want to make sure as a company that our managers are not violating the law. And the first is the failure to inform employees of their rights under FMLA. There are times you as managers will notice employees calling out sick on a regular basis, or employees may mention an illness they are dealing with. It is expected that you as a manager inform them of their rights under FMLA. Another violation is requesting or allowing employees to work while on leave. that is something we definitely want to make sure we avoid. If an employee is out due to an illness, we should not ever expect them to work. So these last 3 points, they're extremely important. Employees are not required to remain home while on leave. And I think a lot of times when we know employees have called out sick or they're out on leave, we may sometimes make the assumption that they are to be confined to their home. But that is not necessarily true. So, for example, there may be an instance where an employee decides to take a vacation while on FMLA. That in itself does not mean the employee loses protection under the law. What happens if the employee is off because they are serving as a caregiver and the person they're caring for decided to take a vacation but still required assistance? Again, this does not mean the employee loses protection under the law. Finally, it is important to note that disciplining or terminating employees for using FMLA are direct violations under the law and will most likely lead to litigation. So I know we just discussed violations. However, it's important for managers not to feel powerless, as there are times when abuse is obvious. And I know the law can be very tricky and it really can cause managers to hesitate addressing issues. But please understand, you have every right to address issues of abuse. You must address the behavior. So what can you do? If you notice a pattern of absences, such as what we just talked about, the Monday through Friday, or just taking sick leave in conjunction with a holiday, talk to employees. Attempt to understand what's going on, and if need be, reach out to HR for assistance. That piece is very important because you want to make sure you're asking the appropriate questions. You want to make sure you are clearly communicating to employees the expectations to call and report all absences. Follow up if there's a delay in employees turning in paperwork. Also, feel free to check in with employees while they are on leave. It not only shows you are concerned, but it also may curb the desire to abuse the system. So let's discuss expectations to ensure there is compliance with the law. First, please make sure you have a clear understanding of qualifying events and make sure employees understand their rights regarding FMLA. It is important that you not make an employee feel like you're questioning the legitimacy of their absences. Again, we have to be very careful with our line of questioning, although we do have the right to ask questions. Also, it is okay, as mentioned before, to periodically check in with employees. Again, it shows you care, but it also shows employees that you are monitoring their leave. It is very important for you not to consider FMLA leave in any assessment of an employee's performance, as this can be viewed as retaliation and again possibly lead to litigation. Finally, please work closely with HR on all FMLA absences to ensure the company is compliant with the law. So, there are 2 resources immediately available to assist you in understanding and managing FMLA. First, Human Resources is available to assist in the FMLA process from beginning to end, so you don't have to try to figure this out alone. Honestly, it is best to seek clarification rather than violate the law. Finally, the U.S. Department of Labor website is helpful in furthering your knowledge and also has quite a few FAQs that may assist you as you lead through these scenarios. Just want to say thank you for your time today and just remind you, please feel free to contact HR if you have any questions. We're here to partner with you as you continue to manage through these different absence scenarios. Thank you for your time and have a great day.